everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Paulette, and today we're going to talk about what is Robertsonian translocation. I had a conversation with my genetic counselor, and I'm going to give you guys the information she gave me. And then I'm going to do my makeup at the same time because I have an appointment later today. Not for IVF. We're not going to do that till May. So for right now, I'm just going to talk about my chromosome thing, okay? Oh, side note, I will be putting everything I'll be using in the description box below for you guys to all see and what you guys want to get, okay? So let's get started. So last time I told you guys I have this weird chromosome thing called Robertsonian translocation, which is a reason why my infertility doctor said that it's probably a big reason why I can't get pregnant or I kept having miscarriages. Well, when I talked to my genetic counselor, she told me a different story. She called me, since you know everything's virtual, she called me and asked like all my like family information, like my parents, did my dad's side of the family have a hard time conceiving? Where do I think I got this translocation from? Like even asking about my husband's side of the family so she can get like the whole picture, you know? So yeah, she wants to get like the whole picture of our whole family history, right? So I tell her like, this is what happened with my husband, this is the information that I know. There you go. And she goes, okay, well, let me tell you what I know from the information you gave me, right? She then goes that she doesn't think, she's like, let me show you graphs, right? And I was like, okay, show me the graphs. And then she's like, okay, well, here, I'm gonna put a picture right here, is a picture of what all chromosomes look like when, oh my god, my eyes are like, so here's like a graph of what chromosomes look when they take them out and they see them, right? It's all wiggly lines, looks like little worms. And then she's like, this is what they look like, again, another picture, when they're all cleaned up. And these are normal chromosomes, right? She's like, well, so here are normal chromosomes when they're all cleaned up and they put them all together. Then she shows me, do I have a picture of it? No, I don't. Whatever. They have like, so I'm not putting on foundation. I don't put foundation on as much anymore because why? I have anyway, so where were we? Cleaned up. So yeah, it's like, it's hard to explain without showing you guys. Let me draw it. And thank you. It's like long and then it pinches inside and then it goes back down, right? So it's like kind of like, this is the X straightened out. And right here's the waist, right? So let's see. Okay. So this is the short arm, because it's like short arm, long arm. I guess that's how she told it to me. And right here is a long arm. So it's like a teeny, like a waist and a long legs and a small body. Yeah. So that's what she told me. And then she goes, what is shining at my face? So yeah. So she's like, you have it, look, this is how your chromosomes look like. Again, everyone is different, so everyone's translocation is different too, from what I understood. And she was just like, honestly, I don't see a big reason why you shouldn't be able to get pregnant. And I was like, then why aren't I pregnant? You know? Whatever. She was like, this is how your chromosomes can be. And I'm going to show you this graph right here. And it's like two people, and then one of them has Robertsonian translocation, the other one does not. Assuming my husband doesn't have it, but this is like a 1 in 1,000 chance. Like this is 1 in 1,000 like chances of having translocation. Like people can go almost their whole lives and not even know that they have this because that's how rare it is. You know, like, okay, then why do I know about it? You know? Well, because I'm doing all this IVF stuff, so whatever. Anyway, she goes on and she's like, okay, so you're, you know, the Robertsonian translocation, and in this picture, and I'm going to look at my computer, it's like a blue one, and then like blue and gray, and then a black one, right? Or gray one. And my husband has like, you know, 2 blues and 2 grays, but one of mine are joined together. I can have 2 types of babies that would be healthy, right? And that's like the normal one, and then a balanced carrier, which would be what I have for the Robertsonian translocation. But there's 6 different types of the chromosomes that I can give out to my child and potential child. And one would be normal, like it would inherit, like, you know, just like my husband, like 2 blues and 2 grays, right? Like in this picture. This picture is going to be up this whole entire time. And move over. And then the second one is like me with the Robertsonian translocation. And they'll be perfectly healthy and normal. I put normal because, you know, I don't feel like I'm normal, but I look normal. And then there's this trisomy. Trisomy is where they would get like an extra chromosome, and she said usually those babies don't last. They go to full term, but they don't last their whole life. They pass away after a week or 2. They have like heart complications. They have babies with this genetic makeup are diagnosed with Patu syndrome and can either be stillborn or die with the first few days of life, with very few surviving their first birthday. So they have a lot of health complications, so that's why they don't live very long. But there's a form of trisomy that is called trisomy rescue, and she said that although that they'll live, and I think that's why it's like very few will live past their birthdays, because that's trisomy rescue. Did they mention it here? No. And they also have like so many health complications. And then again, this is like me repeating what I remember from what my genetic counselor told me. So if you feel like you have this genetic disorder, always talk to a genetic counselor if you can. I'm just letting you know what's happening to me, to where be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Or like that happened to a family member. They had a baby that had Patu syndrome. Maybe I have it too. And then you can like just get rid of the dots, you know? Like just go through everything and be like, hey, I know about that. Okay, cool. So yeah, but there's like 3 other ones. It's called monosogamy, where like they would only I would only give them like the blue part of my my chromosomes, and they would get the 2 gray from my husband, so they would be missing one, so that is not a viable. That usually ends in miscarriage. Another one is called, oh, I think this one's like the trisomy rescue one. That is where I would give most of the this is a trisomy rescue where they don't really last very long, but they have a lot of issues, like health problems, and that's, you don't want to have your baby and then have them have like any complications when they grow up. Like you want them to grow up healthy and be amazing things, and then be independent and all that. That's what you strive for when you have a child, right? Like at least I think so. Although going on with all this, I feel like I'm gonna be a very overprotective mom, whether I adopt or not. I'm just saying, I'm gonna be crazy. I acknowledge this. I put it out there. So when people are like, Paulette, I thought you said you were gonna be chill. Girl, I'm not gonna be chill. Just letting you know. What the fudge? Okay. A lot of information, and I have lots of time, but I don't want you guys sitting here forever while I'm doing my makeup. Anyway, so trisomy. It's still called trisomy, but it's a different type of trisomy, where I give most of the chromosomes for me, and they only get a little bit, like half of what my husband was supposed to, so quarter of his, because it's like half of his chromosome, so it's another half, so it would be a quarter, right? Math. I don't know. So something like that, but it's mainly my chromosomes. There's not really a lot of chromosomes from my husband, so that's why it's like, it's not balanced. you don't have a little bit of both worlds or whatever. And then the sixth one is monosomy, and I'm assuming that's just where I only give the blue part, and then the 2 gray parts come from my husband. And again, that will lead in miscarriage. So my theory is that I've only been giving the eggs that I've had are low quality eggs that have all these missing chromosomes, you know, or too much chromosomes to where they're not going very far. That's my theory. But like I said, my genetic counselor was like, this is just part of the story, not the whole story. And then I got really emotional because I was like, I'm just paranoid because I didn't think I had this chromosomal issue, and I don't think my husband has it, but at the same time, I'm like paranoid that what if he does have it, you know? She's like, think of it this way. She's like, you kind of were just hit by lightning, and you can't get hit by lightning twice. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm not hit by lightning, but you never know. What if he has it too, you know? So it's a lot of like anxiety because we still don't know about my husband. And I feel like I won't know until I call my doctor and be like, so what was his test? Because when we went to go to the doctor, they're like, oh, we don't have his test. And my doctor was like, what do you mean you don't have his test? I ordered it. Like, he went like kind of Karen on them. And I'm just like, good, because I didn't have to. So yeah. And then they're like, yeah, we just switched to the new system. And it's like, isn't that always the case? They switched to a new system so they don't have it. So annoying, but whatever. Whatevs. So that's what's happening. That's what I have. And I feel like, you know, I want to keep people informed of what is. That's my cat. She's playing. So I'd rather have her play with that ball than all up on my desk and messing this up, okay? So, yeah, that's like Robertsonian translocation. It's so weird. But she said there should not be a problem. So I have like 2 problems now. I have an issue with my chromosomes and a hormonal issue where I don't release eggs. My uterus looks amazing according to my doctor when I did my sonogram infusion thingy. He's like, amazing. Like, my uterus is nice and clean. It looks amazing. I'm not going to show you a picture of my uterus, but I am proud of it because he said it looks perfect. I have lots of eggs. The issue is that my ovaries are just greedy and they don't want to release the eggs. But I am lucky because those eggs, even though I produce them, they don't turn into cysts. So I'll count my blessings where I can get them. Because sometimes this is basically what PCOS is. You'll produce eggs, but they'll like turn into a cyst instead of either die or be let go to be fertilized every month, you know. So it's pretty crazy. You know what? I recommend everyone to go on Netflix and watch this documentary. It's like an explained documentary, and it goes all about having babies. It's crazy. And it's called, I think it's just called Explained. Okay. It is called Sex Explained on Netflix. It is crazy. They go through everything, like literally everything. Sexual fantasies, like what chemical things that we have with attraction, birth control, how that all started and why it's really good to use it. The myths of that, fertility and childbirth. It is insane. I definitely think it's worth watching. I will put a link on it. I think I should. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that's everything with Robertsonian translocation. I hope you guys find this video informative. Be careful, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.